These are three simple mistakes a lot of traders make, and it's killing your account. And you are probably also making these mistakes here because the mistakes are like addiction. You don't just know when you just trip into them again, and you're making this mistake over and over again. The first mistake, this one is very deep here, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my knowledge. The first mistake a lot of traders make is trading to escape their current reality. So everybody has a background, yeah. Everybody has you're either I believe everybody coming to the trading space is coming to make money, trade, and better your life, yeah. But there are perspective to these things, yeah. You are either rich, average, or you are poor, and you are trying to really scale up. Now, for somebody that is average, that already has resource, yeah, it might take the person, let's say, 2 years, 1 year plus to become profitable, quote unquote. For someone that is starting from the ground level, I'll be honest, it will take you a much longer time. And you just have to know these things. And this is just how it works, yeah. There are still advantage. The advantage is that if you are starting from ground zero, the advantage you have above somebody that is starting from this level is that you don't have to spend a lot of resources to make a lot of resources, because you don't have a lot of resources to even put into it. Yeah. So when you're starting out, maybe you are learning, you are depositing that your small 20k, 50k, and somebody that is starting out here that has resources, maybe the person could easily put in $200, $500. So you have the better advantage of making more money, or should I put it, more risk to reward in the longer term compared to somebody that is already average. But this person here has the potential to become more consistently or consistently profitable in a lower time frame than you, that you are just starting from the grassroots. And this is because of survival instinct. Yeah, growth in life determine a lot to your growth in trading, in the sense that if you are just starting up life, you don't have advantage over somebody that is already at a point in his life where he already built a little bit of comfort for himself, or a little bit of bunker, like somebody that has a business is already doing well for himself, maybe in another aspect or in another area of life. It's more easier for that person to really scale up faster than you, who is just starting life, where you have to handle some bills, you have to do this, you have to do that, there's mental stress and everything. And once you come into this trading space and you just feel like, okay, I want to use trading to escape my reality, you want to use trading to escape your reality of lack and come into abundance. And that is where the first mistake happened. That mentality of using trading to escape, especially if you are starting from the grassroots, you have to know that it's going to take you a longer time than somebody that is on this path. So this is what you need to know. That is the reason why I gave myself 4 years. Like, it's crazy, bro. I gave myself 4 years to turn my life around, and now I started this entire journey from last year, documenting and everything. And I told myself that, okay, I'm giving myself 4 years, because at the time I already shared my story a lot of time. At the time I was still squatting with a friend. The pressure and everything was there, but how I was able to, like, what helped me was that, okay, I'm looking at a longer picture, yeah. I'm looking at 4 years, bro. So I'm not really in a hurry to get anything out of trading, yeah. If now this is coming from somebody that have lived 1 year on no any other income but trading. I've lived like 1 year plus right now on no any other income but trading. And this is what I'm telling you. I'm just trading not to fucking go out of my present reality, but it's just like a gradual process, yeah? You want to know that you are not going from point A to point B like that. You want to be able to handle a lot of level when you stay comfortable in. You have to be able to, let me give you an instance now. You have to be able to comfortably handle trading $100 before you can comfortably handle trading $500, especially if you are somebody that you are not already in that kind of reality at any point. So you should know that it's a gradual step, and for you just starting out, it is going to take a longer time. So you want to be able to rephrase your mentality and give yourself a longer time frame. Now, the second mistake, this mistake, oh, this mistake is like an addiction, yeah? And if you have ever had any addiction, you understand that when, even if you don't want to do that thing, when that thing just, addiction hits you, you, is another thing that is like forcing you into it. Now, the second mistake, which I said is like addiction, is the fact that you keep checking your trade always. You keep checking your trade always. When you go into a trade, when you go inside of a trade and you are inside of it, you already analyze a trade and your trade has triggered, yeah? Now, there's this form of addiction, should I, yeah, that makes you want to always be present to see what is happening in that trade. And this is also dangerous for trading as well, especially if you are just building out. This is dangerous for trading because if you are always constant checking at the chart, you start to get a different bias kind of. And this is not, before you know now, you are changing, it's making you exit quickly, you are re-entering trades, you are going out quickly, you are panicking, and just that. So you want to learn how to always be consciously aware that you need to stay out of the chart when you have positions running, so that you want to be able to properly analyze the chart, have your take profit, have your stop loss, have your stop loss point, and allow the trade basically breathe. Allow the trade breathe, because more interference now, once you are always, once you are going to the chart always to see what's happening with that particular trade, you are now investing more of your time. And once you start investing more of your time, you need it to be good. You need it to be good. And this business is based on probability. Sure, you understand? So you don't want to invest so much of your time that you depend on something so much and you want it to work out. If that thing don't later work out, you feel disappointed, yeah? So you want to be able to have a trade on and maybe have other activities. You can go to the gym, read a book, or just go to social media or something educative to learn. And that is the second mistake also. And all of these things are what I think, this second mistake, I'm still trying to get better at it. Even in myself, I'm still trying to get better at it, because most times when I enter inside a position, I want to see what is going on. I want to really see how my position is doing, yeah? And in that case, if you are not very, unless you've come to a point where you are now very solid on your system, that you can say, okay, steep your SL, anything that happens, it happens, and you move on. If you are not really, if you haven't got to that stage where you are really solid, you begin to have change of ideas in that form, because once the price of that chart now, if you start moving, giving you profit, you start seeing profit, you are good, and before you know it, go back again, and you see minus, you start to panic. Some people now, once it's going back, they'll take off, they'll close early, then you see it turn back again. So you want to be able to make sure you've gotten to a stage where you can, even if you have to be looking at the chart at every time, you can solidly pass through those levels, or try to avoid charts when you are in trade, so you don't make all of those kind of mistakes. And the third mistake is staying away from market on boring days. Now, you would agree with me that we have different kind of market conditions, yeah? If you come to the chart, there are some days where we have a lot of volatility in the market, and you just see that the structure are expecting. You see, there's more. See, when it comes to, if you know technical analysis and you go through the chart most of the time, you see that in most of cases the structures are expecting, but at some point market consolidate, we just consolidate. And this, when the market is consolidating here, when the market is giving good structures, a lot of people are making money. But you see, exactly when the market is consolidating at that point, this is when a lot of people are losing money as well. Because those people who can't wait for the market to come back and give proper structure again, they'll still try to be finding for trade inside of the levels that they are not supposed to find for trade, because they can't stay a day without having to want to do something. They want to really escape that reality so fast. So I think that's the third mistake. And if you can really build a system that will help you to avoid these three mistakes, you start to see a very good improvement in your trading career. Yeah, for sure. And I'm still also working on it, especially the second one. I'm still also working on it. And I just feel like I need to share these three mistakes that I've noticed, and I hardly see people talk about it. Yeah, I just feel like sharing it today. Peace and love. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and see you on the next one.